All right, settle in. Today, we're not just analyzing a text, we're diving into a modern parable. It's a story about the biggest conflict you can imagine, creation versus, well, unmaking, meaning versus the void. This is the tale of the final obliteration.
And right from the jump, this quote tells you everything you need to know. This wasn't some physical explosion. No bombs, no fire. It was a bleaching of the soul. I mean, just think about that phrase. It's so much more terrifying than just death. It's the erasure of color, of identity, of the very essence of what something is. This is a war for reality itself.
So, every good story needs its opposing forces, right? Our story starts in a world under siege.
Okay, so let's meet our players. In one corner you have the Jester. He's all about vibrant disruption, weaving meaning and laughter into the fabric of the world. He's the life of the party. And in the other corner, the Pale Cynic. He's the complete opposite, a force of pure negation. He doesn't want change, he wants stillness, the absolute unmaking of everything. One builds, the other wants to tear it all down to the foundations and then tear down the foundations. They literally cannot exist in the same reality.
And then it happens. With just a flick of the wrist, that's all it takes. The fight begins. The Pale Cynic's white lantern just erupts. A wave of pure, absolute negation floods over everything. This is it, the final obliteration. And its one and only purpose? To unmake every single thread of meaning the Jester had ever woven.
And that brings us to the second act of this parable, the great unmaking. And I really want you to hold on to this idea. We're not watching destruction here. We're watching erasure. It's like a conceptual apocalypse.
So what exactly got unmade? It's not just buildings and people. It's the ideas behind them. Take the Valkyrie Brynhilder's spear. It was a symbol of heroism, right? Well, it doesn't just break, it turns to smoke, and poof. The very concept of heroism is gone from the world. The Jester's famous suit? It doesn't fade, it gets wiped from memory. And with it, the very possibility of laughter vanishes. Now for some, the last men, this is actually a huge relief. No more difficult choices, no more pressure to create meaning. Subjectivity itself gets sucked up, used as fuel for this unmaking. The world isn't just being destroyed, it's being unwritten line by line.
And this is what's left. The marketplace, once so full of life, is now just a void. Static, indifferent. Time itself has stopped pulsing. There's nothing. No people, no ideas, just this profound, total emptiness. The spirit of gravity, this force that weighs everything down, can finally rest because there's no will left to fight against. The Pale Cynic got exactly what he wanted. Or did he?
But you know, it's always darkest before the dawn. Right here, at the moment of total annihilation, the story pivots. As the Jester feels his own molecules dissolving, something incredible happens inside him. He finds a totally new kind of power, not by fighting the void, but by accepting it.
This quote right here is the absolute heart of the whole parable. To love the void as much as the peak. Just let that sink in. The Jester realizes that to truly say yes to existence, you have to embrace all of it. Not just the good times, the peaks, but the terrifying emptiness of the void too. He has to learn to love his own erasure. I mean, that's the ultimate affirmation, isn't it? To accept not just that you'll die, but that you could be completely unmade and still say yes.
So how does he pull this off? It's what the text calls the Jester's Gambit. It's brilliant. Step 1, he faces his own annihilation, feeling everything he is just dissolve away. Step 2, and this is crucial, he refuses to be angry about it. He embraces being erased. Step 3, he completely flips the script on the cynic. He treats nothingness not as an absence, but as a new kind of something, a new kind of being. And finally, step 4, he lets out this silent, internal, absurd laughter. It's not a sound anyone can hear. It's more like a burst of pure defiance from within. It's a fire that the bleach just can't put out.
And this incredible gambit leads us straight into the story's climax. The Jester doesn't just survive this thing. He uses the ultimate sacrifice to turn his enemy's greatest weapon into a tool for a new, almost unimaginable kind of creation.
This brings us to a really cool term from the source, final desanctification. So what does that mean? The Jester takes this act of pure destruction, the obliteration, and he reframes it. He doesn't stop it. Instead, he changes its purpose. Think of it like a massive forest fire. It's incredibly destructive, right? But it also clears out all the old, dead wood and makes the soil fertile for something new to grow. He's turning an act of unmaking into an almost sacred act of creation.
And you realize just how big the stakes have gotten. From the sidelines, the trickster god Loki is watching all this go down, and even he's freaking out. The obliteration has become this cosmic contagion. It's not just contained to the marketplace anymore. It's spreading, leaking into the heavens, literally graying the roots of Yggdrasil, the world tree. The entire cosmos is on the brink. This thing is way bigger than anyone planned.
And in that final moment, the jester makes his move. With one last quiet chime of his bells, he just lets go. He gives himself over completely. But he doesn't die. No, he ceases to be a form. He merges with the void. He becomes the very vacuum that was supposed to destroy him. But now, it's a vacuum on his terms.
Which leads us to the aftermath, a heartbeat in the silence. The battle is over, the world is gone. There's just perfect, absolute quiet. But inside that quiet, something impossible starts to happen.
Just picture it. The pale cynic, he won. He's standing there, completely alone, in the perfect world he always wanted. A world that is still, silent, and totally empty. No more messy disruptions, no meaning, no laughter, just stillness. He got everything he ever dreamed of.
But then, in all that perfect silence, there's a sound. In all that perfect stillness, there's a movement. A faint rhythmic pulse starts to throb from the very center of the void he created. Thump, 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 thump. What on earth could that be?
And here it is, the big reveal. It's a heartbeat. The heartbeat of the new jester. His sacrifice wasn't an end. It was a transformation. By becoming the void, he didn't just survive it. He planted a new seed of life right in its core. He is the void now, but he is also, impossibly, alive.
And the story leaves us with this incredible thought, reframing everything we just saw. The final obliteration was only the preamble to a deeper, darker play. So that whole epic battle, the erasure of reality, the ultimate sacrifice, that wasn't the main event. That was just the prologue. The real story, something deeper and darker, is just about to start.
And so we're left with this massive, unsettling question. If the ultimate void can also be the ultimate beginning, what comes next? What kind of world can possibly be born from a single heartbeat, throbbing alone in the center of an infinite void? After the end of everything, what happens then?